Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Levy?
Hello. Hello, Troy. Everything is dandy.
Dandy? That's always good. How's the world of technology working for you today? This week?
Well, yeah, I mean, this weekend the last one was pretty busy, but I would say it was, well, standstill at the moment, or it's more like a, what is it called, a Mexican triangle, Everyone did that's how I felt sometimes, but yeah, we are getting there. I think there are some new things that we can try with AI, which would be useful. Not CEO level useful for presentation, but actually usable. And then we can develop that easily. And then because we have all the data to use, and I think that's what most of the AI efforts run aground at. That people just have these grand ideas that AI will just revolutionize the business, but you don't have the data to feed AI with, and then
Yeah.
or not proper data or not validated data, and so on and so forth. You know the drill. So yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is I've spent the past couple of weeks, even just in personal relationships, right, trying to help friends and family determine should they be looking more closely at what they can get out of leveraging technology. And if you think about it in the context of what, if you say the word AI or the initials AI, what does it really mean? What does it translate to? I think most people think in terms of large language models, your chatbots, your ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and that's to them the extent of AI, and that's your basic level of AI. Few kind of understand or start to speak about the concept of an agent, an AI agent, and what agents do, and even fewer when you get to agentic AI, where your working workflows completely handled by multiple AI agents. So just trying to help folks get into that first level. How do I get value out of using a chatbot? And even going beyond that and taking and leveraging different types and formats for large language models. If you wanted to do notebooking, for example, using Notebook LM, what do you get the value from technology? How do you get value out of it? And some of it seems from personal feedback, hesitancies there just doesn't seem to have a reward or payoff. Too much time invested, and I don't know I'm getting back enough out of it. Where I think it's really easy to see the value. The value add is I can write the heck out of a document, but even I, when I reread what I wrote, end up scratching my head going, this doesn't make much sense. It sucks. But I can parse it through Claude, and all of a sudden I get this automagic document that's fantastic. Same words, my words, just rearranged. That's a good value add. But how do you get to even adopting that? It's a challenge. Not everybody sees using or leveraging technology the same way. So, in your case, if you're looking at it across an organization or a business, the challenge is you can't solve everyone's problem with one solution. So finding what you can do and what you can solve, it's a little bit harder, heavier lift.
Yeah, but I mean, the corporate leadership, I think they all still think about it as a magic tool to get rid
Yeah.
of the cost, like
Yeah.
human costs. But
Until they
yeah,
see how much their token spend has gone up.
exactly, and that's what I think is getting humans back into technology. That
Right.
people didn't realize that this is not free. It's very costly, and it can. I mean, if you have an automation that will trigger a couple of things every time that it runs, it can pile up tokens so fast that the bill at the end will be like a whole team's monthly salary. And then what you gonna do? I mean, you already used it, and
Yeah. And then,
it can exponentially grow because nobody is putting a halt to it, right? I mean, probably you can put some limits, but
and the other part of that is it's technology is not replacing human interactions and capabilities and intuition. It's just not there. And so you're basically supplanting your most valuable resources, people, with the technology that just partially delivers. Writes a better document though.
well, it can very very effectively summarize things, and those are great. I really think that it will help a lot with documentation because I don't know if you noticed this, but in my experience, documentation was always the weakest link in the IT business. I mean,
Yeah.
I
No,
hardly
I
seen
agree
any
with you.
documents that would the
Yeah, it would take you hours to draft and compile the information, and then getting somebody to getting that info to a position where somebody could consume it was always a heavier lift. And so the amount of time and effort went into just creating the document, it's exponentially greater than the value add. A lot of this stuff would just go to like a SharePoint platform where it just goes in and sits and nobody touches. So you've spent hours creating
exactly
something nobody's going to use. So I get it, and I agree.
because you
That's the
have
one
to
thing
have
I
a
do
check mark
value
in an Excel,
from
right?
the chatbots. Yeah, I ticked the box, but that's all I did. Doesn't add any value. But I do get value out of using these chatbots for automating or streamlining this stuff. I can put the ideas I have in my head on paper, and then I can more efficiently reorganize it into a meaningful, readable way. You still have to trust but verify, make sure it doesn't make up any information for you, and you have to be very crisp in your prompts to ensure that you don't introduce false data, misconceptions, or reword things in a way that doesn't retain the same context. So it's not perfect, but it does make it go faster. And I can
Yeah,
see that
it
with
has a
with error
utility.
handling, the tickets especially. It does. It's how do you get people to get excited about and adopt new technology?
That's a good one. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to give them something that is useful for, because right now mostly I think it's useful for students, for instance, and you can see that they are very early adopters, right? Students are
Mm-hmm.
using it big time, and technology people, because you don't need to Google anything, you can use it as a glorified Google engine, search engine, and you don't get those stupid because they ruined Google with all those ads and everything, and the what is it, the pushed websites in the front and stuff like that. You hardly find anything nowadays to that you're looking for. I think with the technology or services industry, it has to be, which is the most problematic, that it will have to come on the lowest levels first, and that will be because those are the low hanging fruits, and then it could, once you have all the data, so you have to clear up all the data that you have to feed into AI, and then you can start using it for more complicated tasks like solving incidents and stuff. But the problem is that if you use it on the lower level, then you will have to replace some of the interns or the low level people who will eventually become more professionals, and then produce the actual money makers that a company can live on, because no company will live on a service desk, right? That's usually just taking the money away. So I think it's to make it more interesting, it has to be it has to be smarter. Right now, whatever is available is mostly the large language models, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So I just did a quick search to see what numbers are out there, and I'm searching for 30 years old and under. And in the US, the growth curve for those 30 years old and under, usage was 33% in 2023, 43% in 2024, and 58% in 2025. So it shows a trend over time that is going up. But this is essentially the type of it's breaking down the traffic by a LLM, chatbots, embedded AI features, voice assistants, etc. So you're very level one-ish, very basic artificial intelligence, if you want to even call it that. I didn't. I just searched on 30 and younger. I don't know what our age group is. I don't want to know. But it's interesting. It shows growth, but is it organic growth or is it just naturally there? Because like
It's
I just said, you're
pushed.
starting to, yeah, it's showing up in everything you touch. It's on your smartphone, embedded in your messaging, in your email. When you go to Amazon shopping carts, even if you look at Amazon or any online websites reviews for products, all of them now lead with a summary, an AI
AI
generated
summary.
summary about the reviews on a product. So it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's just kind of naturally starting to occur. Does that mean you see value in having it and touching it? I don't
And
know.
you think it's going to stay free?
I don't know. That's a great question because I see a lot of things that pop up. Like, let's use LinkedIn as an example. If you wanted to optimize your online presence, I want to stand out against the crowd in LinkedIn on LinkedIn. Well, you can use Cloud AI plugin for your browser, and any page you've got open, it will analyze it. But you can't get that for free. That's a meaningful feature. I think it starts out at like $17 a month for the basic and goes up from there for your professional grades. So the free chatbot available AI, if you want to call it, I see it does have a ceiling. There's a threshold for how much you're going to get for free. And even when you get it for free, you're starting to see ads pop up. Like Gemini is a great example. If you do a search, and my search is almost all default to AI assisted using Google. And at the very bottom, you get ads. So your question, no, I don't think it lasts for free.
I think it's like you recall when Google Photos they were for free.
Yeah.
You can upload anything to Google Photos, and it was an unlimited space, so you can store your pictures there. And then suddenly it became only like 15 gigabytes
Yeah.
to your storage. And then if you already have there 50 gigabytes of pictures, then what you gonna do? You have to pay
You have
for
to pay
the
for storage.
storage. So it feels like we are at the initial phase of I don't know how you call that when they give drugs for free, and then once you hooked on it,
Yeah.
it's like they can start charging dollars for it.
Yeah.
So
And I
maybe
totally
it's
remember apps like, did you ever use Flickr? Had thousands of pictures in Flickr, and
I
it
remember it, but I
abruptly,
never used it.
yeah, and abruptly, you went to a paid program and paid platforming. And how did you find an alternate solution for it? And right now, I think Amazon still allows you unlimited photos, but you have a hard limit on video content you can upload. Then you have to start paying. So you're right. It's all these services are going to have an ROI somewhere. They spend billions of dollars building out the infrastructure. They got to recoup it.
It makes sense. I am not blaming them. It's just that they give out for free something that they know they want to charge for. It's just that they wait until you hooked on it, and then you are forced to pay for it because you already invested so much in it. And yeah, but that's where education come in, right? Because people aren't educated in these regards. Like you should think about giving consent to such things as well, because you are sharing part of you, your family photos, your work, your whatnot, to give it to some other people's computer, because I saw this on a t-shirt that there's no such thing as cloud, it's other people's computer. It makes perfect sense. It's not in the cloud. They want you to believe that it's in the cloud, but it's not a cloud. It's a bunch of computers consuming enormous amount of energy, producing lots of heat that needs to be dealt with, and then it all costs billions of dollars, and then people just use it like it's free.
Yeah, nothing's free. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are great points. Great points. You made me think about if you use a Windows PC specifically. I don't know if any other platforms do it, but like Windows is caching update files across users so that if you needed a Windows update, rather than going to the cloud or to the Microsoft servers, somebody in your peer network, which you had no idea you had agreed to allow, is pulling that update from your computer. So you're paying for that bandwidth coming out of your home, and it's going to serve another individual subscribing to the same services from a company that's making money off of the solution. So it's,
torrenting.
yeah, yeah, it
Basically, it
is
is. Yeah.
100%.
Well, but a lot of things are working this way if you think about it, crowdsourcing. But
And
it's
it's
the
efficient.
consent which is missing.
Exactly. That's the point.
Well, you
It's the
probably give
consent.
your consent when you
Yeah,
think I agree,
this
whatever.
the
Just
16 page
yeah.
accept our terms of use, which you don't read because it's 16 pages long. It's embedded in there somewhere, I'm sure. So yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. How about so what you do for work outside of your primary job? You kind of are you a volunteer or paid resource at the
I'm
school?
paid. I'm paid, but it's a school job here in Hungary. It's
Yeah.
it's not paid too well.
No, it's
So
it's kind of
that's
like a
basically
You're a
volunteer.
volunteer, gets a little bit of money for the time.
Yeah, exactly.
How is it? How do you feel about that work? Is it providing? Do you see yourself adding value
Yeah,
to the
it's
school, to the
definitely. I mean,
students
it's a fulfilling. It might be a meaningful job if it would pay as much as I'm making, you know,
in your real job?
in my yeah in my paying job. So it can be fulfilling because there's a lot of value. I mean, teachers, they using technology all the time. Every teacher has a laptop. Every teacher has to print. Every teacher has to have access to network tools and educational platforms and stuff like that. So there's a lot of work for an IT technician at a school, and it's so much underrepresented that it's just amazing. I mean, they don't even consider a proper IT support for schools. That's why I have to be there. I would happily go and just do my other job, and I don't have to worry about what did I miss. And there's no funding, so I have to refurbish 15-year-old laptops or now some of the desktops they stopped working. Stops with a memory or like a motherboard ish error. Not even the BIOS came up. And then I figured if I reset the memories, the slots, it will reboot and it will start and it will work for a while. So something with the Windows 11 version or when it came out, something to do with the video. I figured that much out. So something with the integrated video card on the motherboard of these special serial PCs. Not every one of them. There are other PCs with a different motherboard from the same era, and those are working fine. So things are like that, and I mean you cannot really just easily replace 10 desktops in a school because you don't have the budget for it.
Right.
And it's just funny that you have to think about these kind of things to puzzle together laptops and I'm using some of the Lenovo laptops. They have a dead screen backlight. The backlight of the screen doesn't work, so it's useless. But it has an HDMI port, so you can hook on an external monitor. So I can use them as a replacement to the desktops which fallen out of use. So I mean, it's I like to do these investigations and snooping around and bit of hardware, bit of software, all these things. I like that. I'm not really keen on focusing on one aspect of IT, but yeah, it would be fun if that would be my only job.
Yeah, that would be fun. It's more rewarding. Tangible evidence of what you're doing, and that's pretty creative. Replacing desktops with laptops that no longer have functioning display screens. The LCD
Yeah, well, you gotta do
backlight's
what you
gone,
gotta do, right?
LED.
And
Yeah,
if you think about, I mean, this is a place where children are actually studying, so it's a investment in the future, and that's how I think about it. It's like it's my citizen duty to future of society to have them, all the tools that is necessary to become successful adults, and
that's
so
fantastic. I applaud you. Applaud
yeah,
you
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm such a white knight.
There you go. That's why you wear the shirt you wear.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I mean that's what I can do. I'm not good at going on what is it? Riots or not what riots
Protests.
protests. Yeah, I'm not good at that, so I'm just doing what I can.
Oh, you're doing the noble cause. Nice
Yeah.
stuff. Anything planned for the upcoming week?
I don't know. I take the plane somewhere, I guess, with these plane ticket
While you can,
prices.
man. While you
Yeah,
can, right?
yeah. I just actually my mother went to visit my sister, so she flew there. I'm not sure about the return, but yeah, but there's train coming and going. So
That's always better. Yeah. So in Hungary in general, are they electric trains or are they still diesel powered trains?
the main lines are all electrified.
Electric. Okay, so you've probably got a little bit better buffer going there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I mean with the
So
nuclear power plants, it's
yeah,
it's easier.
we won't talk about mass transit in the United States. It just is one of the least valued concerns right now.
Yeah, yeah, well.
Everybody's like, yeah, I got to drive myself.
But
Too
if you
far to
think
go.
about it, it's a total different ball game. I mean, in big cities and the agglomeration, I can understand you should push mass transport, but I mean, in places like Oklahoma and Utah and Dakotas, I mean, where you have one
Wide
person
open
per square
space.
mile.
Yeah.
I mean, what public transport? What public? I
Yeah.
mean, you would be better off using like large drones, picking up people and bringing
There
them
you
like
go.
in the
That's,
Duna.
yeah, yeah. That's the next podcast topic right there. Delivering via drones. We'll talk about that.
Really? All right.
No, I'm just making it up as I go.
Looking looking forward to.
I don't know about the drone delivery yet. I don't know what I think. In my luck, somebody's going to get an Amazon package delivered in my neighborhood, but it's going to fall short and land on my head, not at their house. So, that's my luck.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see how things
but
go.
it can happen with the UPS guy as well, right? I mean,
Yeah, he can run me over, no problem.
yeah. But you see, my buddy in Ireland, he sent me a video that he's sitting at the back porch of a friend. They're talking, and then there's a McDonald's on the other side of the fence. So he's at like an edge of a housing area, and there's a commercial on the other, and there's a McDonald's, and he just saw that the drones are buzzing up and down and going around and taking off and taking the deliveries all over the place. So it's all over now. It's just for me. I mean, I don't see it because I'm living in a more rural area.
Yeah.
But
See, so I could have a sack of food from McDonald's dropped on me, I'd be all right. But see, what I'm saying, my luck is going to be that guy who ordered a 25-pound bag of cat litter. That's what's going to fall on me, not the
on the top
food.
of your head,
There you go.
yeah, you don't
So
you don't really want those.
no, I don't want that. Well, cool, man. Well, I hope you have a good week, and
You too.
we'll have Judith back next week and see how we.
Yeah, once she has all the patches.
There you go.
A major update.
There you go. All right, man. Well, have a great week ahead and take care.
You too. And just remember,
Yeah, I have to
everything
tell
is fine.
myself. I have to tell myself that every day. Great
All
promo.
right.
Talk to you.
Talk to you then. Bye now.